So we are live for our webinar today with Jed Schwartz. Good afternoon, Jed. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Ali. And I'd like to welcome all of you who are joining us today from all over the world. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be asked to be here. And first, I want to thank the Jin Shin Jyutsu Inc., the Mary Burmeister Jin Shin Jyutsu Institute for organizing these programs that we're offering every day at 2 p.m. And if you first time tuning into us, these events are going to be recorded, so you'll be able to see them anytime that you want. It doesn't matter what your background is. You don't have to have any previous experience with Jin Shin Jyutsu. What we're sharing with you, anybody can do. And if you find that you're interested in going deeper, there's so much self-help that you can continue to absorb, practice, and see how it helps you and your family and friends. The work that we share is a way for us to be able to handle the situations that come in our life. And as we all know, this is a particularly interesting time in the world where there's so much fear, there's so much concern that people have for their own safety, their family's safety, what's going to happen to the world, what's the future going to be like, how can I manage that? The key to managing anything is always about being able to go internally, to be able to see where we are in our life. And this is a slide I'm going to show you of a quote from Mary Burmeister. She says that the truth is that within each one of us lies the power to cast all misery aside and to know complete peace and oneness, to be that beautiful creation of perfect harmony, to truly know and help myself. This sentence really conveys what our possibilities are. If you've never experienced the power that lies within you, it's hard to imagine that we can change our life, that the outer world and the inner world don't have to be the same, that no matter what's going on outside, we can maintain a place of equanimity and peace and balance within. This is true power. And as Mary says, this is truly knowing and helping myself. And if I can help myself, then the truth is that I can help the people around me. And so the work that we're all doing now during this session will not only help ourselves, but it will also be a way of sharing it with others in the world, people that we know and people that we don't know. Because we're working with energy, we're working with vibration. When our vibration is high, when we're connected to our highest self, then the suffering that most people experience disappears. We're energy, we're frequency, and if we maintain a very high frequency, then life is different. The highest frequency that we can connect to is the Creator. We can experience that through light, we can experience that through breath. And the more that we resonate with this energy, the more that we resonate with this frequency and we allow it to flow through us, then we lift our physical vibration up into this level of our soul, of the divine, where there is no disease, there is no suffering. That's our possibility, that's our potential. And many of us think that only special people can arrive at that state. But that's an illusion because we all have the capability when we go deep enough into the now know myself. In that place of now know myself resides the place of healing and harmony, where there is no suffering. Now, when you think about the coronavirus, which is what's on everybody's mind now, it's a living organism, but it has a certain frequency. If we rise above that frequency, it has no impact on us. If we merge with the light, if we bring the light into this virus, it also raises its frequency and it's no longer a destructive force to us. So our job here today, and our job in life, is to be able to understand how we can change ourselves, how we can lift ourselves up. And sometimes we lift ourselves up with a great experience, and then we may forget it, and we go back down. So we always have to reconnect. We have to work on ourselves daily. We talk about self-help as a daily exercise that we can use to house clean, to keep our home clean. Now, the practice that we're going to be showing, and that you may have seen in other programs, they can be done whether you're sitting, whether you're standing, whether you're lying down. That's up to you, and you want to be as comfortable as possible. But for what we're going to do today, I'm going to ask each of you to sit up as straight as you can in a chair. If you're on the floor, sit cross-legged. Have your feet flat on the ground so that you're connected to Mother Earth. The straighter your head, your back, the more aligned you are, connected to where our source is. The energy comes in, down, in through us and circulates as the breath. The breath is the conveyor of this spirit, this frequency of energy from the divine into each of us. And no matter what we call this, whatever we call the source of life, whether you call it God, the divine, that's up to you, and it's all the same. But for what we're doing now, what we're saying, I'm just going to call it the source, the infinite source of energy that circulates through all of us, no matter what our background, no matter what our age, no matter what's happening. And when you start to look at this energy, and what we're going to be doing, we're going to be holding a specific mudra. And this mudra you hold in this fashion. So let me show you what it looks like. We combine this mudra with our breath. And when we talk about the breath in Jin Shin Jyutsu, our breath moves down the front all the way to our feet. And from our feet, the energy of the inhale rises back up our head. When we do this, when we experience it, we begin to make this connection more consciously of how breath conveys the spirit, the frequency of the divine down into our being to help to build and manifest our physical body. When we inhale, this energy rises back up to the divine, to the source, always making this connection, bringing energy down, building life into this body, and inhaling and purifying it back up to its source, connecting heaven to earth, Father Sky, Mother Earth. And we, in the middle, are the conductor, that which allows it to be connected into the earth. And so we each have a job. Our job is to bring heaven on earth. And no matter what's going on for you, no matter how you may feel emotionally or mentally, we can still connect to this. And when we make this connection, it allows us to feel health, to feel the harmony and the balance that is, as Mary said, our destiny, what we're capable of experiencing. So right now, I'd like to ask you all to hold this mudra. You can put your hands on your lap. You can put it, you can hold it up and just start to feel your body relaxing, unwinding, letting go. Feel the exhale moving from the top of your head. Feel it moving down through the chest, down into the hips and knees, into the ground, through the soles of the feet. Then as you inhale, you feel the energy rising up from the soles of your feet, from Mother Earth, bringing all her nourishment, her grounding and revitalization back up to the head, continuing farther into the divine, into the spirit world. So with each exhale and each inhale, we make a complete movement, connecting heaven and earth through us. So begin, if you want, to close your eyes, or keep them open if you prefer, and just feel this movement. Feel the movement going through you, dropping your shoulders, relaxing your muscles. relaxing your heart, feeling your breathing moving more through the diaphragm, the lower abdomen. With each inhale, slowly the abdomen, the diaphragm expands effortlessly to the head, and then as we exhale, the diaphragm relaxes. It doesn't take a lot of energy when we start breathing more deeply. And so I asked you just to focus your mind on this movement of breath down the front, unwinding, letting go of whatever troubles, difficulties, pain you may have in your body. And inhale a renewing force, a renewing source of energy from Mother Earth, bringing you back up to the head. Follow the breath. And as you follow it, allow your mind to let it go deeper and deeper. And whatever thoughts come into your mind, just let them go and bring it back to the breath. It doesn't matter what has gone on in your life before. This is the only moment that really matters. It's this now that we can fully inhabit. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Feeling a melting going on in your body, where your muscles begin to relax from your head down into your toes. And each time your mind comes up with a different thought, just breathe it away without effort so that we can be here fully. There is no time, there is no space. Where we are right now is the universe. It's my universe. And my universe is connecting with your universe. And slowly we begin this unified field of oneness that helps to change the world. That the peace that I feel in my heart right now goes to you, and the peace that you feel goes to me. There is only one essence. This essence we all partake in. We are all born from. It makes no difference what we call it. It's to be it as deeply as we can in ourselves. And allow the breath to bring that to you. Letting go even more. If you've come onto this webinar in any pain, in anything that's going on in your body, breathe this breath into it. And imagine it melting away. Imagine its frequency rising, expanding, letting go. Let go of your mind and all of its thoughts. Let go of your fears and worries. You can always pick them up again if you want. But for this now, allow the breath to wash over you like a rainfall, a tsunami of grace from the source. When we raise our frequency, what we call miracles are normal. That wherever we think upon becomes a reality. That's a great power, and in order to hold that power, we have to raise our frequency so that our thoughts are of the divine, of good, of peace, of love. Love is the elixir, it's the medicine for whatever is going on for each of us. So for a moment, imagine that what you're breathing in is love. It's love, it's the light of the divine flowing through you that has infinite potential, that is the life source of every cell and every atom of your body, that's constantly regenerating. And since this breath that flows through me is regenerating every cell of me, then I am made new this moment, and whatever I was is gone, and whatever I will be. So this now is the breath. The mudra that you're holding helps us connect to spirit. It's a bridge. It's a conduit to let the divine energy flow into us, opening our soul to fully inhabit ourselves without the obstructions of worry and fear, anger, sadness, and effort. The more we feel the flow of the divine in each of us, the more we can recognize who we truly are. Love is our food. It's our source. And if we can remember to stay connected to it, then we can live a life, as Mary said, full of peace and harmony, free of all suffering. So breathe it in more deeply now. Feel yourself going more and more into a still place. The still place where the mind is empty. You become full of light, full of this frequency of the divine that transmutes all things. It's where alchemy comes, where energy, spirit becomes matter. Our birthright is for this matter to be healthy and full of light. We can all be that because it already exists within us. We're not creating anything, we're not changing anything. We're simply being our true nature, which is beyond this physical body. That's our purpose here. We've all incarnated with a purpose to bring light into this world, to be connected to heaven in every action and everything we do. So for a moment, imagine in the center of your chest there was an opening. And imagine that you were breathing in right into your chest area, right into the heart center, right into the cardiac plexus, the energy that goes in and opens up the heart, breathing in this light, filling your heart, exhaling it out to the world. Feel it expand within you, dissolving all obstructions. Anything with a lower frequency rises up, no effort. Feel it expand through your whole body. And breathe it out. Breathe it out to anybody that you know who may need help. Remember that we're all connected. And whatever goes through your mind, whatever thought can go out to help other people. That's what our prayers are. So imagine this as a prayer of light to go out to all those who are suffering in the world. Those you may know, those you don't know. There's no time and space, so this thought, this prayer can go out all around the world in an instant. And it can link and unify each of us to become even a greater power. If you take one flame and combine all the flames, it's still the same, but it can burn brighter and brighter and touch many, many of those who may not feel the light within them. So imagine in this moment that the breath that you exhale, the light of the divine, can ignite those who may be suffering, dissolving their darkness, their worries, their fear, and opening up within them a greater truth of their connectedness to this source. It's this source that does it all. You can use the word creator, you can use the word God, divine, Buddha, Christ, Krishna, whatever it may be. Whatever your denomination is, whatever your background, this is not different from that. Feel this breath moving upward, rising up through your throat, breathing into your throat, feeling the creativity that you have to offer the world. In your own way, you can share this light, whether it be through Jin Shin Jyutsu, whether it be through other practices, whatever it may be. But each of us has the capacity to change the world. It's said that all it takes is one light to illuminate the world. Once the light goes on in a dark room, it's forever light. The fire can burn deep within us and can touch all those that we come in contact with. And we take no credit for it because we do nothing. It's only this source that moves through us that does the transformation. That is the alchemy that happens with each of us. We are not flesh, we are spirit. And the more that we can breathe this in, the more that we can connect to our true nature. In that nature, there is no suffering. Our body may go through difficulties, but we live above that. And we can continue to fill it with this connection, this food, the manna that gives life. That's our work. That's what we're here for. And that's the gift that we have in the world now, where people are waking up. They're being grateful for the things that are in their lives. And so I ask you for this, in this moment, to think about how precious your life is. All those who love you, who you love, whether they be in the animal kingdom, whether it be trees, blood relatives, friends. Feel how rich your life is, what great purpose your life has, and how you touch and lift the lights of other people. This is truly an amazing moment for all of us. And imagine that all of us link together, sending this light into Mother Earth, dissolving wherever there may be war and separation between races and colors and religions and tribes, to create a world full of light and unified in oneness, where there is no more greed, there's sharing, that we are not living by fear of myself, how can I take care of me, but how can I help one another? And the more that I begin to give, the more I begin to feel this deepness of compassion that is represented by the word Jin, the compassionate state where I and another are the same. And whatever you go through, I know and experience. And so the more I help you, the more I help myself. It's the exhale and the inhale. The more that spirit comes down through me through the exhale, the more I connect to the earth, the more the earth can rise up through the inhale back to heaven. And then we no longer have separation. We truly are living heaven on earth. And this simple mudra that we're doing is a great thing that you can do when you're feeling tired, when you may be in discomfort. We can always stay busy with this. You can go to sleep with it. You need to be the experience for yourself. And so you can breathe a little more deeply. You can feel yourself a little more physically if you've gone deep in meditation. And just remember that we all have the capability to change anything in our life when we raise our energy, when we connect to the true nature of who we are. And so whatever happens to anything around us, anybody, we just need to be able to hold on to that and not to be swept deeply into the turmoil that the world is in. The center of a tornado is still and quiet. Our job is to stay in the center of this tornado that's going on in the world. And by staying in the center, we can hold the space to help another person get in the center. And the more and more of us begin into the center of this storm that's around us, it has no more power. We transform it by how we live our lives. And so, as we're getting ready to close, I want to be able to thank each of you for taking the time to be here today. These are short meditations, short self-help that you can do so we don't overload ourselves. You can build a library every day of something new that you can do for yourself to share with your friends. The only way to do it is to be it. And so I want to thank you all. I want to thank Ali for assisting me today. He's a great example of Jin Shin Jyutsu, as
It's an
all the instructors have been. So we turned the chat off, which a lot of people like to see, just so that we could be more focused on ourselves. And I know that many of you may have written something in, and I'm grateful for that. If you have any input for us, please don't hesitate to connect to us. jinshinjutsuinc.net is our website. Ali, do you have something that I may have forgotten?
Sure. I left the link of our YouTube channel, so if you would like to share this video or the other videos that we already had this week, they are all there. This is going to be there in a few minutes. And be aware of your mailbox. On Sunday afternoon, you will receive our program for next week. So you can enroll and stay with us, and we can go through the storm in the center, in our hearts, and being everything that we are.
That's true. And before we close, I just wanted to say one thing, especially for new people. When we do any of the self-help, we're simply bringing harmony into us. We're just bringing what is a natural state of being. We're not doing anything. And as a result of that, we can only help. It can cause no harm. Light causes no harm. So the more you do this, or the more you share it with people, you don't have to worry about someone saying, that this caused me difficulty or pain. Sometimes it's uncomfortable when we wake up, and our job is to wake up into the light. And sometimes, it takes a while to adjust your eyes to the light because it gets pretty bright, as you all are, and we all are. So thank you very much, and many blessings to you all for a safe, healthy life.
Thank you.
Thank you.